riding. You 17, no riding. You be staying low, but you know what the price is. You ain't never catch me knowing me about it. Poppin' shit, but only cause you know you poppin', yeah. Riding, girl, you riding. Pretty look, pretty look, pretty look, pretty look, pretty look, pretty look, take back, pretty look, pretty look, pretty look, pretty look, then you got it back and now you riding. Pretty look, 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 take back, pretty look, pretty look, pretty look, pretty look.
What's up? What's up? Hey guys, how y'all doing? Loving light, peace and blessing. Up, I gotta. Hold up. Um, I got some feedback. Hold on. Let's see how we can fix it. Give me one moment. What do we do? Okay, so this is weird. My computer is like feeling like it's about to shut down. So guys, okay. So all of my Instagram fam, what y'all gonna have to do is y'all gonna have to go over to my YouTube channel because I'm streaming everything at the same time. And so you guys are have to come to my Instagram. I mean my YouTube channel. So I guess all three of them cannot work together. So it's not working good. So I'm gonna end my Instagram and then we gonna go live um, only on the YouTube channel. So click the link in my bio for my YouTube channel, and you guys can come over here. Mhm. All right. So, okay, y'all. So sorry about that. So that did not work. Okay, so let's stop this. Boom, that stopped. Boom. I don't know why I have feedback too. Let me see. Okay, is that better? Can y'all hear me? I think this is gonna be better for you guys. All right. So, sorry y'all. So, I'm trying to like get this whole thing started. This was a test run, trying to get everything together, like the YouTube channel. How you doing? Peace, 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 goddess. Nice to see you again. So I guess it was just a trial run, trying to get everything started and everything together. You know, this is my first time back. I told you guys that I would be coming back when I had it all together, when I had a mic, when I had my own place, when I had everything all together, and the time is now. She is back. Okay, we still got to get a couple of things going. I got to get a camera, a better camera. This is just my computer camera. It's not the best, but we going to get it together. We going to get that right. So, what's up? Shout out to all my Facebook family. Shout out to all my Instagram family that came over here. I'm so sorry, guys, that it could not stream all together. I was trying to get it to stream all together, but it just would not happen. Okay. It just would not happen. So we are here. We are back, y'all. We are better. Everything is working now. I got a little story time for y'all. And we're gonna get it together. We're gonna make it do what it do. Okay. We're gonna make it do what it do. Okay. Next time I'm gonna get the Instagram together. I don't know what happened, why it was not allowing me to stream everything simultaneously, because I was trying to stream my YouTube, my Instagram, and also my I was trying to stream my YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook all together. StreamYard has this new thing where it says that you're able to stream them all together, but for some reason, it just didn't work out. So sorry, tried it, it didn't work, but we here today. So as you guys know, I've been on a hiatus, okay? And I just been gathering and collecting myself and getting myself back on track, getting it all back together. And everything's been, on the up and up. I got my own place now. I'm that good. Life is great. Life is grand. And I'm just, ready to tell my story time, ready to kick off my YouTube channel again. And so that's what this is about, me kicking off my YouTube channel. It's a bit of a test run. You guys know that I typically do content that has meaning, what we are learning from situations. So I feel like this is a learning situation. As you guys can see, the title of the story, the title of the YouTube channel or the Instagram or the Facebook, it is Story Time. My true friend has shocking ulterior motives. Okay. So without further ado, because I don't want to make this too long and drawn out, but I'm so excited to be back. Okay. I'm so excited to be back. Okay. To be back. Super excited. Let me get my sip of water, because this gonna be a nice little story time. I'm gonna try to, keep it as short as possible, but also, detailed. So I want to tell you guys, when this first happened, my brother passed away in March of 2015. March 13th, 2015. And so this was a time that was very sad for me. And there was this group that my brother was in. And me and my brother, we were real tight, real tight. So he had added me to this group, and I felt like I needed to be a part of this group because this was something that he enjoyed. And if anybody knows me, they know that I love my brother to the moon and back. At the time, he lived in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And I lived in California. Now I'm currently located in the H-Town, going down. Now I'm currently located in Houston, but at the time, my brother was in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and he was going through some challenges, and we've always been close. And We've always had a close relationship. So at this particular time, this was something for him, this group that, like, kept him going and kept him uplifted. So he added me to this group, and I got to meeting a lot of people in the group, and it was cool. So one of the persons that I met was this particular person, that I wouldn't say I physically in person met him, but I started conversing with him. And we're just gonna call him P. That's his name, P. So this particular person. So over the years, everything had been cool. We would converse about conscious shit, spiritual. Okay, let me keep my cousin to a minimum because I know people don't really like that. So we would converse with about conscious stuff, spiritual stuff, and things like that. And he's also bought some of my merchandise from me. And so, as you guys know, at the time, I had a boutique called Goddess Peace Boutique, and I was selling African clothing, some of the stuff that you see me wear now, head wraps, African jewelry, like this was my thing. So he purchased, some items from me, wore it, took a picture with it, that type of thing. So over the years, we've always stayed in contact. We've always been super cool, cordial. We've always exchanged spiritual information, spiritual ideas, and things like that. Now, as you guys know, anybody who has inboxed me, anybody who is friends with me or close to me, you guys know that I am very freaking particular about people who I let into my circle, right? So I wish I can show y'all, but we're not gonna do that. I don't want to put nobody on blast in my inbox, but I have hundreds of inboxes, okay? Hundreds and hundreds. I get hundreds of inboxes, messages that I don't even answer. See right now, if you guys could see here, I have 100, let's see, 155 messages on my just alone, just in my messages that I don't even really answer. So that's my phone, my Instagram, and things like that. So I'm really particular. And a lot of times I don't be trying to mean no harm as far as not answering you guys' inboxes and things like that. But I just can't get to them all. That's just the real deal. So at this particular time, I want to show you guys something. I had just moved to Houston, Texas, right? And at the time that this was happening, y'all, I didn't really like pay no mind to it because, certain things you just be oblivious to, right? You just don't really pay no mind to certain things. So I moved to Houston. Let's see if I can post it. Okay, maybe not right here. I got a couple clips here. So I want to give you guys visuals while I'm telling you guys the story. So I moved to Houston. This says December the 23rd, 2020, but I actually didn't move December the 23rd. I actually moved after Christmas. I got here right before the day before New Year's, right? The day before New Year's. So this is when I moved to Houston, right? A few months later, I received a message on this particular day, which we're going to call it what? August the 27th. No. I received the message October the 3rd. The first one is just this particular person giving me a thumbs up. But on this particular day, October the 3rd, 2021, I received a message. Now, at the time, like I said, I wasn't putting two and two together, y'all. This was my friend. So I'm like, cool. So this is the message that I received. Hold on, this is not it. Okay. So it was like, I want to take you out on a friendship date. I'm moving to Texas for a fresh start by next week, along with other positive reasons like a new job. So this was the message that I got, right? So in my mind, I'm not thinking nothing of it until later, okay? Until later. And this is why I put this as a prefix, because I want you guys to remember this later. I want y'all to remember this later, because it's going to make a whole bunch of sense as it's going on. So I received that message that he wanted to hang out just as a friend. This is this particular person named Pete that I've been knowing. Everything's been cordial. Everything's been friendly, right? No monkey business or nothing. So at the time I was in the hospital. You guys know the things that went through. That's a whole nother story in itself when we can dive into that. That's a whole different story. So at the time I was in the hospital, and while this was going on and this person was saying that they wanted to hang out with me, I didn't really see the message right away until later. Like as I'm in the hospital, I'm sitting down, I'm like chilling. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, you moving to Houston. Great. Cool, right? So that's the first message. The next message that I received was that he was actually physically, I didn't screenshot that because I could tell that story. But the next message that I got was this particular person was actually physically in Houston at this time. And while I'm in the hospital, they wanted to bring me something to see me and to bring me something. Now, keep in mind from 2015 to 2021, right? There's a lot of years in between that I've been knowing this person, keeping up with this person, being cool with this person, and a whole bunch of other things that I'm trying to make this story short, right? So I don't go into a lot of details. But over the years, I knew this person, right? So they tell me that, and keep in mind, this particular person is not in Arkansas. They, at the time when I first met them, they were located in California, like me, and then they moved to Vegas. Okay. So the second message that I received from this particular person was, hey, you're in the hospital. I'm going to come and bring you something. I'm like, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. I always need to see friendly faces. Right now is one of them times for me. It's a tough time. And I just would love to, position myself around friendly faces and people that I actually know because I'm in Houston. I don't have no family. I don't really know nobody here. And it's just me and my son, and I'm in a hospital. So, he comes, everything's cool. He bring me a gift. It's like a flower in a little, I don't know, you would have to see it, and a teddy bear or some things, and something else he bought me. It was like three different things, like a flower and a teddy bear. Cool. I'm like, oh, thank you. That's so sweet. So he was like, cool, I'm about to go back to Vegas to see my daughter, but I'll hit you later. Great. Cool. Everything cordial. So he hits me later or whatever. And he's like, I'm back from Vegas. Are you out of the hospital? Everything cool? I'm like, I'm cool. I'm out of the hospital. I was in the hospital for about almost 2 weeks. So he's like, you cool? Everything great? I'm like, yeah. He was like, okay. So then it's like, let's hang out as friends again. Let's hang out as friends. Okay, cool. Let's kick it. Shit. Let's hang out. So we out and about. We done went bowling. Everything's cool. Friendship level, cordial, nothing crazy. You the homie. Now keep in mind, I'm not physically attracted to this person whatsoever. So I want y'all to remember that. I'm not looking at this person in any kind of way other than just a friend, right? So when we started hanging out, a lot of you guys don't know this, which why I will tell you guys about how I became homeless at one particular time. But I'm not saying I was homeless on the street, but I did not have a place to stay. And so I was staying with a friend. So at this particular time, I'm homeless and I'm staying with a friend. Okay. So me and this person, we're hanging out, we're chilling. This the homie. Everything's cool, everything's great. So as time began to, go along and we hang out, and this is somebody I know from my brother and that sort of thing. As time began to move on, he started, like, he asked me a question, and let me see if I can find this particular question. I have a lot of stuff here. Okay, this is a question that he asked me. Would I be wrong? Question, would I been wrong if I kissed you? And I asked him, I said, why would you want to do that? Like, come on, dude. That should have been my number one, red flag. But at the time, we had a conversation about it. And let me see if I can find the text that I sent them. But then I also had a conversation with him. Let's see if I can find that too. Because you guys know I gotta come with the receipts, right? The receipts always gotta be receipting when I come through. So at the time I was like, let's see if I can find the message. That's another message. Hold on. Because this is going to build up into something. Let's see. Okay, so that's another question. Anyway, so I don't think I screenshotted what I told him, but I told him somewhere along the lines of why you want to do that. I don't see you like that. We're just friends. Like, don't go there. And first of all, I'm going through a lot of stuff right now. I don't have time. I'm not trying to be, doing anything like that. And this is me trying to basically spare this particular person's feelings because it's like I don't see you like that, but I don't want to tell you like to hurt your feelings that I don't see you like that. You feel me? So that's me trying to spare this particular person's feelings, right? So it's like, damn, first of all, you got to be very careful. And I'm going to segue and say what I got to say, but you guys got to be very careful because it's people as content creators, it's people who will try to befriend you, try to, come from a different angle when they really have something ulterior motives. They have other things in mind than just a friendship like they claim. Like I told you, he said he wanted to hang out with me on some friendship shit. This was the pretenses that were presented to me not one time but two times, several times through the conversation. Like, I don't want nothing from you. I don't want you to think it's that. I just want to be friends and homies. But then all of a sudden, after a few months of us kicking it, hanging out as friends, laughing, exchanging ideas, talking about conscious shit, I don't have a problem with that because I'm a woman. But if you guys know, I have mostly uncles. Okay. I have mostly boy cousins. I don't have like a whole bunch of female family members. Okay. In my household, I got three brothers and I'm the only girl, right? That I grew up with. Later on, I got my bonus sisters and things like that. But um just like growing up as a kid, I was nothing around but nothing but boys. Me and my mother, we were the only girls. My cousin Roslyn, my cousin Tamika, my cousin Kanisha, and who else did I have? My cousin Sonia, and I had my cousin Tasha. Sonia and Tasha were way older than us, so we didn't really hang out with them like that. So, I only had three girl cousins really growing up that I would be around all the time. That's it. And maybe my cousin Missy, who's my oldest cousin, and I didn't hang out with her like that. Just my younger cousin. So for the majority of the time, I'm always around dudes. So I'm very comfortable like having male friends. Like now I think differently about having the whole male and woman dynamic because now I understand how men think, and a lot of them I don't feel like maybe some of them you can be friends with but from a distance, like have certain boundaries set in place. But now that I know what I know on after two back-to-back situations, I don't believe in that whole man woman close friendship best friend type thing, right? So when I told him like, hey, yo, no, that's not what we doing, reroute, stop, right? When I told him that, um that was everything was cool. Like everything was cool. We got back on, right track, back friends, back doing the friend zone thing. Everything was great, right? So there's another story that I want to tell you guys about, but that's going to be for another story time. So this particular friend that I was staying with at the time, um, who is another male, did some egregious things to me to where I had to move, right? And I didn't have nowhere else to go. So this particular friend P, um, knowing some of the things that I was going through previously, he was like, yo, he had put it in my mind that you can always come here. I got a, small apartment, but you and your son is always welcome here. This was previously. So when all of this began to happen and this person did some egregious things to me that we can talk about in another story time, I had to leave. There was no other place that I could go. This person offered me a place to stay, and I felt like anything was better than there. So I wind up going to stay with P, right? Felt comfortable, been on him for years. Um, After the first kissing incident, months later, things stopped, nothing happened. And so everything was cool again. Like he was like, I'm sorry, I understand, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So everything was cool. But that should have been my red flag. I should have took my black ass back home to California with my family and then try to come back out here. That's what I should have did. But at the time, I just really didn't want to fail. That's number one. And number two, I didn't have enough money for a ticket just to get up and go right then and there, anyways, right? I did have a job, but I was doing the work from home job. So that's what I was doing. And it was like a little BS job. I wasn't making that much money. So I was making money, but it wasn't enough, basically. So I had bills and storage because I had to put all my stuff in storage from my other apartment, which is another story within a story. We'll talk about that later. But I think I got a lot of story times over the last 2 years for y'all. I think I got a lot of story times for you guys. So so that wind up happening, right? And everything was everything. Hey Mika. So everything was everything. So then as time went on, I had to go stay with this person. Everything was cool. I'm buying the food, I'm keeping the house clean. But let's talk about the condition of this house before I moved in. If anybody knows me, I'm a Virgo. I'm a clean freak. I like things beautiful and pretty and clean and smelling good. So the condition of this house was not to my liking. So immediately, me as a woman, as a melanated woman, a woman who is about cleanliness, I immediately went into the home and start making it a home because honestly, it was like a place that you just lay your head in. I don't know. I don't know how y'all do it as men. Y'all could just put a bed in there and a TV and a couple little furniture items, and that's cool. But it was no furniture in the living room. It was just like, there, kind of there. And it was dirty. It was very dirty. So I had to go in and clean, and I went grocery shopping, and I bought a lot of stuff and food and things like that just to, pull my weight. Because at the time I'm telling him, like, what do you need me to pay or whatever? He's like, everything's cool. All I need you to do, buy groceries, clean the house, um, cook a couple meals, and we good. I'm like, you sure? He's like, I'm sure we good. So for the first couple months, everything's good. I'm working, but I'm not making enough. I'm paying all these bills. I'm trying to find another job, y'all. It was a hot mess. And my car got repossessed in the process, of course. So I didn't even have a car. So I'm going through it, y'all. Like, I'm going fucking through it. Like, listen, the pandemic, I don't know. I don't know about y'all, right? But for some of us before the pandemic, we were doing amazing. Let me sip to some water to that. For some of us, we were doing good pre-pandemic, okay? We were doing good. Pandemic hit, I had to reach into my savings, and that's what I moved to Houston with. I'm thinking I'm just gonna find a better way as when I moved to Houston, but honestly, that was not the case. Honestly, that was not the case. I think the biggest mistake that I made was when I moved to Houston, right? Was trying to bring people with me. Let me tell you something. When you are moving somewhere, and yeah, sure, you may got a couple big thousands of dollars in your bank account, right? In your savings, right? But when you are moving somewhere, please, and you are trying to build something, if you have never listened to nothing that I ever say, listen to this. Don't try to bring nobody with you. Don't do it. Don't do only take care of your children. If you got children, take care of your children. Everybody else, when you got something to when you got something overflowing in your cup, that's when you bring people with you. But if you do not have the overflow, do not go. Do not let anybody come with you, right? So that's where I messed up. When I moved to Houston, I moved my brother with me and my grown son with me. None of them wanted to get jobs. None of them listened to what I asked them to do. They just mooched off of me for damn near a whole year as I'm living off my savings, working at Olive Garden, and trying to fucking survive. That was my major downfall. I should have just stayed with just me and my son, and my daughter come and visit me occasionally, and kept it like that. Like, I would have been good. But I was just shoving out money to buy my brother's clothes, food. I'm buying so much food every month, and just people want to go out to eat, and they want to see Houston, and they want to do things. So I'm taking them out to eat, and we doing I'm paying for all of this. Y'all know I'm loving, I'm giving. If I got it, I'm gonna give it. But what I've learned, don't do that. That's what I learned. Okay. And I learned not telling people, don't consult people about your finances. If they're not your significant other, do not consult anybody about your finances unless they are your significant other. Okay. So that was one of my biggest mistakes that I made. So, I'm, out here trying to get it. I done lost my apartment. I done lost my car. This the second person I'm staying with. The last person R-word me and beat me up that I stayed with. That's another so-called friend. So I had to move in with another person. So as you know, I'm completely traumatized at this point. And I'm really like very fragile. And I'm hoping that, these things don't, nothing conspires with this particular person. But the home was so peaceful that I didn't like feel uncomfortable at that time. Like at that time, I didn't feel uncomfortable. Like I didn't have any like reserved feelings. So I want to pull up another thing. So after some months go by, um, then the questions start to come up again. And to me, it's like, why would you like, why would you make somebody feel this way when you know that they just went through a situation, when you know what they just went through, when you know something was, traumatizing for them. These messages started coming up again, like, um here we go. Okay, so this it was another one that came up months later, and it was like, mind me asking you this, how would a person know if you're into them? And I'm like, it depends on the situation. Can I call you later? But at the time, he was at work. So, I'm at the house, and these are the type of questions that I would get, which would make me feel a kind of way, because you guys know what I've been through, you know? And so then it was like, would you feel some type of way if I kissed you on your forehead before work? This was while I'm working. Okay. So I'm busy working from home. And then he says, Grand Rising, by the way, question, would you feel some type of way if I kissed you on your forehead before work? And it's like, damn, now I'm uncomfortable. Now I'm getting uncomfortable, and I'm like, wow, these questions, do you have something you need to talk about? Like, to me, I'm like, let's just get it all out. Like, um this is the second time at this point, and I've already told you this is not, I'm not feeling it, and let's just get it all out. And then at that point he's like, oh no, it was just a question, you know it was just something, that I needed. And then like after later, February, March, this is March, um, he wants to apologize, you know, and then now he understands if I feel some type of way from about him from now on, you know. So this was like a thing that this was a constant thing a constant way of me feeling uncomfortable, y'all. I was just, at this point, March came around, I'm uncomfortable. We're having to continue to have like all these conversations, and attitudes start to arise, because I'm not showing what you want me to show. I'm not giving you what you want from me. So now it's tension in the home, right? It's tension. It's attitudes, it's um issues and things like that, right? And the reason why I have this one talking about how broke he was, um I'm telling him, I'm going to send him some money. I'm going to cash app him some money, because if he needs anything, I'm living in his house. I'm going to send him money. Like, I'm going to give him something, because after all, this person has me, you know, it irks me too. This person has me, living in their home. So I'm like, whatever you need, if you broke, I got you. What's your cash app? And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because later on, you guys are going to realize that this is manipulation tactics at this point. And I'm going to talk about why this is manipulation tactics, because this particular person tried to belittle me after everything was said and done. Okay. So, um, hey Marcus, how you doing? So yeah, so after everything was said and done, like later, basically back and forth with the drama, my girls will tell you better than I could probably tell you right now, because they know they was with me going through all the stuff that I was going through. So it would be like this consistent back and forth, this consistent him getting mad, him getting upset, and me having to put him back in his place, and me like, oh my god, like I have to leave. This is bad. I have to leave. Right. So before I left, like, I was in a position to where he was now getting upset with me. So at this point, months and months go by. It's about 9 months go by. He's getting upset with me because energy is not being reciprocated. And let's also talk about like so much stuff that he got mad with me about. Like, I would clean, I would cook, right? I've never met anybody who did not want a home cooked meal, right? A woman that cooks, I listen, when I'm up to it, I cook every day, because when I'm in my happy space, I love to cook. Like, if anybody who knows me knows, I love to fucking cook, right? Right? So let's see if I can find where he told me to stop cleaning and stop cooking. Okay? Let me see if I can find. There's so many messages here. Oh, here's another message. Want to cuddle? I won't try anything. LOL. You see this? These were things that I was getting all the time. Then he started trying to like lure me with stuff. Like, I'm ordering Chinese food. You want any? No, thank you. I'm telling him no, thank you at this point, because and then I want to show y'all this, because bugs, we started having a bad bug problem in the house, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so I'm telling him, I'm sending him this stuff like, yo, this is what we need for these damn bugs. I told you, house is nasty. Bugs, he had like a bug problem out of this world. And I started like getting all these bites on my body. So I'm like telling him, like, this is what we need. So let me tell you. So then he asked me if I could stop spraying his bed, because I started spraying the bed, because I didn't know if he had bed bugs, y'all. I didn't know if he had dust mites on the floor. I didn't know like if there was fleas in the house. So he wanted me to stop spraying. Like, it literally pissed him off. I don't know if it made him feel some kind of way or embarrassed him that I was trying to get rid of the bugs, because I don't like that shit. So long story short, I did get rid of the bugs. He was mad at me, but I got rid of them. I got rid of the bugs. I did. Um, and then he started getting like really weird. He wanted me to stop cooking. He said that he wanted me to stop cooking so that he can order, so he can get his junk food. And I never met anybody in the world that did not want to get a home cooked meal. Like, and then he asked me to stop cleaning. He did not want me to clean anymore. Like every little thing that I was doing, I don't know if it was irritating him that, I'm cooking and I'm cleaning. And at the time, yes, Kerwin, I was cooking every day. And especially if I'm like around the people who eat. Brielle don't eat, okay? Brielle don't eat. If I cook, I'm going to be eating by my goddamn self, okay? I'm going to be eating alone. Brielle want to eat his stuff that he eat. He don't want to eat my cooking. So if I got somebody to cook for, yes, I will cook every single fucking day. A nice full course meal. Yes, sir. And don't say that because I cooked for you. So cut it out. But anyways, so I've never met like any, it was like every little thing that I was doing would start irritating him. Like he didn't want me to cook. He said, oh, can you stop cooking so I can, eat my junk food? Then me cleaning and organizing things would upset him. He don't want me to clean. Can you stop cleaning? Everything is done. I'm like, no, the fuck it's not. This shit is dirty. It needs to be clean. But fine. I just stopped. At the end of the day, I stopped doing every fucking thing. I stopped cooking. I stopped cleaning. I stopped doing all of that because it's like you're not appreciative, right? And you're only mad. You're only really mad because you're not getting what you want from me. This has absolutely nothing to do with anything else other than I'm not starting a relationship with you. I'm not opening up my legs for you every goddamn day when you want it. I'm not doing none of that. You really upset. At the end of the day, this whole friendship shit was fucking bullshit. Excuse my French. And it was ulterior motives from day one. From day one. The reason why I told you guys, remember this. Remember the moving dates, right? Remember when I moved. Like, this person is a freaking weirdo. You have to be careful. Remember when I told y'all December 2020, which was the end of December. It was December 30th when I actually physically came into Houston. It was like one day before New Year, right? So I actually moved to Houston basically December the 31st of 2021. That's when I moved to Houston. December 31st, 2021. That was my first day I got my keys. My first day I went into my new apartment. Weirdo vibes. This man does not know anybody in Houston. Okay. He does not have any family here. He does not know any freaking body. He's been following me for the longest. And I wish I can show you guys that particular move, he liked it and he commented on it, right? I had hundreds and hundreds of comments. The reason why I couldn't screenshot it because he is blocked from my social media. He can't see shit. He could probably see this YouTube channel because I don't know how to block somebody on YouTube. So if y'all know how to block somebody on YouTube, please let me know and I will do it. But that's probably the only thing that he can actually see. That's the only thing he can see is this YouTube channel. But he's blocked on everything. Like, there's nothing else that he can see on my social media. So that's why I can't show y'all that. But for me, from day one, this shit was weirdo vibes. I really feel like this man picked up and moved to Houston and came in here, specifically here, because he knew I was going to be here. And it's just very weird. It's just very weird and it's very strange. So then, fast forward to how I began to move. He started to get antsy. Like, he started to get really antsy, and then he started to try to put me down. So he was like, hey, you know, you've been here for X amount of time, and I can't believe that you haven't stacked up enough money to move. You've had enough time to move. And so I'm like sending this person screenshots of my pay stubs and other things. Like I've sent him money for things. I've, I had my storage to pay. I had credit card bills. I had my phone bill, my son's phone bill. So I had bills. Okay. So, but what I was making was really small, and I didn't have a car. This man had 3 cars and would not let me use any of them to go and find a job. Right. What, you have 3 cars and I couldn't even use any of them to find a job because he was like, I don't want you having no niggas in my car. I'm like, nobody ain't gonna have no niggas in your car. Like, and why? If you're my friend, like, why would that thought come into your mind, right? I don't want you having no niggas in my car. Boom. Nobody gonna have no niggas in your car, right? So he thought that me not having a car was gonna keep me from doing things. I'm Catalea Gordon. Me not having a car ain't never stopped no show. So my friends would come pick me up. We would do stuff. I would Uber, that kind of thing. So that ain't never stopped no show. Or I would walk to wherever I needed to go. But it just so happened where we were staying at in West Chase, the kind of work that I do and the kind of money that I'm looking for, sorry y'all, I just couldn't find it there. Like, I just couldn't find it in that area, and I didn't have no way there. And I got a son, I got to be home when he gets home from school. It was a lot. So, but in his mind, he thought that I wasn't stacking and saving. I just didn't tell him. Like, you don't tell somebody like that who clearly has a car and, right, jealous, who somebody who clearly has 3 cars, and they tell you, "Oh, I just want you to be better." But at the end of the day, you know, nothing you're doing for me is making it better. Like, nothing. And then if I were to go somewhere, then, oh, why you going out and you said you don't have no money? Because number one, I'm Catalea Gordon. Sorry, sir. When I go places, a lot of people invite me to places, and a lot of things, my food is comped a lot of times, my drinks are comped a lot of times, and things of that nature. So when I do go places, trust me, it's because I'm being invited and it's comped. Okay. Like, I know a couple owners from clubs who Catalea just, I know you don't have no way to get here to work, which I don't, not late at night working at a club bartending, and I don't have a car. But if you want to come by and, stop by with your girls, and I got your drinks, I got your food, that type of thing. So that's what I was going through. And even before, when I had my car, y'all, I was vending. So I was making money vending. Like, I was making $1,000 here, $500 there. But if I'm telling you, I got all this inventory right in the house, just sitting in the closet, and I need a way to sell my inventory at events, and you won't take me. Number one, you won't take me. And number two, you won't let me use one of those 3 cars that you got. So it was more so like, you don't want me to get better. You want to keep me down, or like keep me under your thumb, so that, like, I don't know. Like, so I won't get better. But I wasn't telling him, but at the time I was stacking money. I was stacking a little bit of money. My son had money that he was saving. So me and my son were saving money simultaneously at the same time to try to move, because it had got so bad. So he told me, he said, you had until November such and such to leave at the time. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, November. I started seeing my ex. We got engaged or whatever. And before he even told me that I had until such and such date to move, I had already put in for my apartment. I just didn't tell him, like, because at the time I just wanted to leave. Like, I just wanted to be like, you know what? This shit has been a nightmare. I'm going to wait till he's at work and I'm going to leave. That's what I was thinking, right? So he tried to belittle me and be like, I don't know why you don't have no money and this and that, and why you been staying here this long and you have until November to leave and da 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 da. Because he felt as if like he was putting me out on my ass and I was gonna suffer, right? So then he sold me this car. And well, at first, previously, he told me he was gonna give me the car, right? Told me he was gonna give me the car. Then after the fact, then he said, "No, you have to buy this car from me for $3,000." He wanted me after he told me to move. This is weird. After, like the whole thing is weird. After he told me to move, he wanted me to miraculously have the $3,000 and to miraculously have my money to move to. So, prior to that, he told me I could have the car. Then after he told me I could have the car, then he came back with a price saying that, oh no, 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 I can't give you the car. I need you to give me $3,000. Right? So the first day I get the car, this is before I move. So the first day I get the car don't start. I'm having issues with the car. Very first day. So he was like, oh, it just need a battery. That's all it need. So it needed a starter. So I had to get a starter for the car. Then after that, the car still didn't want to work and start. Like it drove for like a few days and then it broke down again. So then after that, I had to get a new battery. So got a new battery. It ran and drove for a little bit then. Then I had to get the wires and stuff fixed. I had to hire a mechanic to come out to the house because the car wouldn't start. So I had to hire one of those mobile mechanics to come out to the house to start. Mind you, I put a down, gave him down for the car, and I also bought my insurance for the car, right? So I had to buy the down, get him in his insurance, pay insurance because he wouldn't give me the car unless I had insurance. And then also, what else did I have to do? And also get the cars fixed, right? Get the car fixed, all the things that was going on. So got the car fixed, got it up and running, everything good. We outside, right? Now I can do little things though. I can go here and sell this jewelry that I got in the house, and now I can do little things, and now I can job search, and now I can because I have a car. So in between time, I got back with my ex, everything good. He's there. Whoop de whoop. I don't tell him like right away that I'm moving because remember I told you guys I wanted to just wait till the man went to work and be done because he was so irritating and it was so debilitating to the point where I was like, when I leave this house, I am done with this sad ass nigga. I'm done with this shit. Not only that, like he would be depressed all the time and he would be talking about why women don't like regular men. And he would interrupt my conversations while I'm on the phone with my friends. And he would want to know who I'm talking to. And when I started hanging out with my friends and, trying to stay away as much as I can because I did not necessarily like my environment, when I started to do that, then like he would get attitudes and things like that. So it was a lot. I know this story time is going over, but yeah, so all of that happened, the car situation, me moving and all of that. So as time went on and I finally told him, like, I want to say a week before I went out of town that I was moving. I let him know, hey yo, I'm moving. Right? Before I went out of town, I went to I paid the people the deposit for my apartment. And all of that. Like before I even left, before I went to Atlanta for my birthday. And then when I got back from Atlanta, I went to Chicago. It's right, they were right back to back. Right. And so I had already paid for my deposit. I had already, did all of that. And he told me, Catalea, because you spent all this money and you're moving, that you can wait. I think he told me I can wait 3 paychecks, right? In order to pay him back. I can wait 3 paychecks because keep in mind, the car wasn't working. I didn't have to put all this money into the car. So he told me I could pay 3 paychecks. So remember, I moved in September, right? That's when I got the car and moved in September. Okay. October came around. He started to get irritated with me because I just didn't want to, like, I was done with him. Like at this point, like every time I'm talking to you is something negative. And at this particular point, he started calling me to plot against his baby mama. Like he said that, he was mad because she was seeing another guy. His actual wife, he's married. He was upset because his wife was seeing some other guy and having some other guy around the kids, and she's probably moving in with this guy and all of these things, that he was upset. So he started plotting to me, calling me like to plot to try to get her back, like to try to get her back, like to like do her dirty. So I'm gonna show that too really quickly. Let me find that. When he told me he got a plan to get his daughter, this is just me telling him, no, I don't want any of his stuff, because he started trying to manipulate me with his stuff, right? To get stuff so he can say, oh, I did this for you and I did that for you. So I was like, no. But anyways, this is September, after I had moved out in my new place and everything. And he told me, call me when you can. I got an idea on getting my daughter. So he was so mad at her for having this man that he wanted to like get her in jail, because apparently she had PPP loans that she shouldn't have taken out, and he wanted to report her to fraud and get her sent to jail, um all because he was mad that she moved on with her life, basically. Okay. And so I didn't want to, like, to me that really speaks to your character. Like, I'm not fucking with you. Like, I don't want to every time I talk to you, it's a woe is me. It's a sad story. Even living in the home, it's sad stories, sob stories. You lazy. You don't take showers when you come home from work. You just plop your dirty ass in the bed, okay? You don't clean up after yourself. It's dirt every freaking where. You don't even want to. You pile cups on your dresser. Like, I've never seen nobody just pile cups on their dresser for days and days at a time, instead of taking the cups downstairs to put them in the sink. Like, you are depressing. You are an energy vampire. There is really something wrong with you. I don't want to be around you. Like, at this point, I don't want to deal with you, because I realize you told me you was my friend, and at the end of the day, you had ulterior motives. You wanted something more with me than you said. Instead of being honest and upfront from the very beginning, Cadillac, I'm interested in you. And I would have told you, no, I'm not. Instead, you wanted to utilize the situation to try to come at me as a friend, and come at me in a way where you felt like you could manipulate me and manipulate whatever situation, and see that I am at a low point right now, and you try to get whatever. But then you want to tell me you feel like I used you, when I made your whole situation better when I came. Your house was dirty. I cleaned it. You was lonely. You didn't have no friends. You didn't know nobody. You moved out here on a whim, just to try to do some weirdo shit, you know. Like, you moved out here on a whim. You so funny, just to try to do some weirdo shit, like to try to be with me. And that's just strange to me. And that's why you have to be very careful of the people that you mix with, because especially when you're, doing your thing on social media, and you have like a lot of people who are seeing you, and you have a lot of people who are inboxing you, you have a lot of followers and things like that. You just got to be very freaking careful. You got to be just very careful. You really do. And so that happened, right? So I come October, he hits me up. Keep in mind that he told me I had 3 paychecks in order to start paying him back. So he hits me up in October immediately, threatening to take the car, right? Threatening to take the car. And I'm just like, but you told me I had 3 paychecks. And this is just because I pulled my energy away, because I wanted to be around nothing but positivity. And at this point, he feels as if, oh, you manipulated me and you used me. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I was real with you and honest with you from day one. I had to basically be your fucking counselor, like damn near every single day, try to motivate you to do better things with your life, to get hobbies. And like, it's just crazy how much shit that I had to go through and put up with to try to help somebody who don't want to help their self. Literally, who tried to manipulate me at a low point and try to use me, and then later try to flip it back on me and say that I tried to use him, when I was honest from day one about every freaking thing. Day one, up front, straight up. I don't see you like that. I don't see you in that type of way. I think we are better off friends. No, I'm not in a position to date anybody right now. No, I don't want to kiss. Like, trying to let this person down, like, as nicely as freaking possible that I can let them down as, you know? So yeah, so then he threatened to take the car. And I'm like, you're not getting this car after I done put all this money into this car. Now keep in mind, as the time went by, the car broke down on some other thing. I had to get, it was like one thing after another trying to get this car fixed, right? And in my mind, I just started a new job, and I'm like, shit, well, just let me get through my training. If I can get through my training, I'm going to drive this car back over to him, and I'm going to give this car back. You know what he does while I'm in my training? He calls the police and tells the police that I stole his car. So now it's a police report. The police I could have a total grand theft auto felony, right? And he makes a police report. So the police starts to blow up my phone and show up at my house because he lies, tells the police that I stole the car. Now, had I not had a notarized letter that said that he sold the car to me and that these are the payments that I was going to be making, when my name on it, I would have been screwed. This person would have sent me to jail, y'all. Literally. He lied to the police and told the police I stole his vehicle. He was trying to get me sent to jail. Yeah. Mhm. Literally. So that happened. And so I'm like, I'm not giving you nothing, you know? I told him, I said, you can have this car back when you give me the money back that I put into this car. You can have it back. At the time, I wasn't even driving a car, y'all. I hadn't even drove the car for a while. Like, the car was just sitting in front of my house. I hadn't drove it. Hadn't driven it for a while. Okay. To me, it was just the principle. To me, it was the principle behind you trying to control and manipulate me. At first, you told me I could have the car, but then you thought about it. What if she tries to leave and forget about me? And so I'm going to keep her around the best way I can. So he thought that that was going to keep me like talking to him and speaking to him. And sure, I would talk to him a little bit, but every now and then, like maybe once or twice a week. But he wanted to talk to me every fucking day. Okay. He wanted to talk to me every day, right? All the time. And after I moved out and I'm in a relationship and I'm engaged and all of this stuff, he wanted to still talk to me. As a matter of fact, when I got with the person who I was engaged to at the time, when I got with him and I'm on a vacation with the guy that I'm with, do you know he wants to call me while I'm on vacation with my man, and try to talk to me for an hour? Yeah, when he know ain't nothing going on between us. So it was just, it was just one of those things to where it was like, yo, something is really wrong. So what wind up happening is he winds up coming to my house with the tow man, right? With some girl, some fat, ugly, out of shape girl who ain't even cute at all. I don't even know the girl. First of all, why would you bring somebody to the only reason why I was upset is because you're bringing strangers to my house that I don't know. Other than that, there's the same girl who I helped this man like plan a date for the girl so that he would leave me the fuck alone. Literally, it was her birthday. I helped him plan the whole date for the girl so he can leave me alone. But he shows up at my house like with the tow truck guy with this girl. I wish I could show y'all the video that I have, but if I show y'all the video, it's going to show this person's face and this person could sue me. And I'm not getting sued for this person. This lonely, miserable person is not going to sue me. But if I could show y'all the video would show this person's face in it and how he looked so satisfied and so happy that he took that raggedy ass car. I didn't care about the car, and he took my personal items that's in the car. So I got pictures from my kids in the car. I got cards that my mother gave me and bags in the car because I have a small apartment. So I was trying to figure out where I'm going to put all of these things. I have things in this car that I can never get back. I can never get it back. My kids' old report cards, their letters that they wrote to me, letters from my mom, cards from my dad. They were in bags in the car. So I have things in the car that I could never get back, right? And I'm asking him, can I get my things? But instead of him letting me get my things, he pushed the car on the tow truck and drives off with the car with all of my, like, they're not valuable to him. Nothing in that car is going to be valuable to him, but maybe a couple little things like an air pump or something like that, a battery charger to charge the battery of the car, something like that. That, I can get that back. I make good money now. But, something like that, that was like, okay, he was smiling and smirking and happy and bringing this girl to my house like, gotcha, bitch. You ain't get me. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I got a lot of money in the bank right now, stacked up. Okay? I mean, not rich, but I got money stacked in the bank. Okay? I be rolling around. Don't worry about me, sweetheart. Don't worry about me, sweetheart. But it was just the thing behind it. Like, I could never understand how somebody would go to these great lengths to tell you that they are your friend and say that they don't want anything from you and they're coming from a genuine space to just doing the craziest things, the most egregious things. So you guys got to be very careful about who you allow in your circle. So when you start seeing red flags, like red flag number 1, I moved to Houston by myself. My brother comes, my son comes. So I move here. Then all of a sudden, you're moving here and you don't know nobody. You don't know nobody. You pull up for a job interview. You come for a job and you stay in a hotel till you find you a place. Like, to me, that is weirdo shit. That is the most craziest thing. And now that I go back and I look at it, I'm like, you followed me here. So you just got to be very careful, y'all. You got to be very careful who you position yourself around. You got to be very careful. Like, it could be people, especially people who can position themselves in your life as friends and be ready to take advantage of you of whatever chance that they get and seize whatever opportunity they can get for their ulterior motives. So that's really all I had to say. We 111, we're an hour and 11 minutes in. I'm not going to hold y'all long. Thank you guys for sitting the story time out with me. I love you guys. Love and light, peace and blessings. And I hope everybody has a good day. Deuces. We gonna be back. So just make sure y'all come back for more content, okay? More content. You said, ah, nah. All right, y'all. So love and light, peace and blessings, and y'all take care. Bye.